Good morning, this is Engineer 775, just showing up on a job in Georgia, working with Gain Solar Services again, and the crew, Abraham and Brian and I, and just got here, and we got you see the sun over there? There's something in the way. These solar batteries, I call trees. So we're gonna put in two 30-foot Solarin ground mounts here, spaced appropriately, cheating it a little bit southwest. We're gonna get these little trees out of here. Brian's gonna rip and tear with a mini so we can open up his solar window. And Johnny's got the tree cutting specifying device called the Solar Pathfinder.
Hang on, I gotta look in.
Pick them trees, boss.
Oh, okay, now I see what
All right, we're kind of this. A lot of people ask about putting in solar and thinking ahead, you know, betting on your budget and all that. So what we're going to do is actually build a ground mount that will accept 10 kW, but we're only going to put up 5 kW, I believe, 18 modules, and then everything will be built, concrete work, all the hard stuff, wire runs will be done, and then when he has the money, he can buy the next batch of solar panels and we'll come put them up. That'll be real easy. So we're more than willing to work with you in phases, and which is great. We've got customers over a span of 5-6 years now, and we do a little bit for them every year. So happy to work with you that way. Okay, let's get to work. It's logging time. Okay, step one is making a bigger solar window. So we're getting some nice firewood for this gentleman piled up here. Gonna clean out this group, a couple over here, and then we'll start laying out the array. Okay, getting towards the end of day one. We got our array roughed out. We got to put in 2 more posts. We got a big old 3-inch conduit we're gonna pull back to the house over there. And then we're going to build this front array with 5K solar. We're going to put an SMA inverter on here with a wiring trough, inverter, and we're going to set it. We already ran our pipe to connect for a future array. We'll pull it up and put it in a full box on the back side of this array. Get out of the sun a little bit. We really opened the place up. Got a lot of trees, so I think we're going to be good. Good spacing between the arrays. Just gonna set these posts. Got 6 yards of concrete coming in the morning. Love that auger. All right, this is kind of a back-to-back SPS SMA with a secure power. So I think we're going to put, I think he's putting an SPS on the house with a little bit of grid down independence. But until then, he'll be grid tied here. And we're in the middle of, you know, it's a pretty good solar window. It's not bad. It'll be, that monster will not be helping us in the summer, late afternoon. But from 9 to 3, this array is good. So for a fixed array, that's about all you can ask for. You don't get much power on the tails anyway. Okay, well that's the end of, almost the end of day one. Brian's just dressing up and cleaning up. We made him a nice, he didn't know he was getting this, but we got him a nice pile of firewood, all logs all already stacked up, cherry, oak, and even a hickory in there I saw. So we might clean up these stumps, but I don't know if we'll have time for that. All right, signing off for the end of day one. We'll pick it up tomorrow. If you got any questions, fire away. And just kind of doing these a lot lately. And again, this is not too big a job for a lot of people to tackle. We can walk you through how you would do it, and Main thing when you're doing, a lot of people doing new construction, is put in your conduits, put in extra conduits, extra pipes, water lines, water lines, and electrical conduits. If you're ever even thinking about doing solar 10 years down the road, it's so nice. This guy went ahead, thinking ahead, and he put a three inch conduit in so that we could, so he could have solar here without having to trench to the house. That saves so much time, and we don't have to tear up this place. Okay, see you tomorrow. Well, good morning. It's the beginning of day 2 on this grid tie SMA inverter with secure power source job. And concrete truck will be here any minute. Just get set up here. We're going to mount our gutter here. We're going to actually put the inverter on this post. That array is going to be built in the future sometime when he has the money. And we put conduit in here, so we're going to actually put a pull string in. And then we'll mount both inverters. The inverter for that array and the inverter for this array will be mounted right on that post. And that'll give him 10 kW there for his grid tie system. And we're running all the wires in the house right now. And I'll show you a little bit of that. So we're going to pull the solar over here. This is existing infrastructure. We're going to put 2 disconnects here for the 2 inverters. And then from those disconnects, we're running 6-3 to 2 separate panels in the house for 30 amp breakers. Just catching the inside of this job.
Just huffing this dense pack cellular.
No, you're not. You got your respirator mask on your N95.
I'm taking it in through my eyes.
Okay. He loves dust. So
this
we're running
a Jackson EMC Earthcraft certified house, so it was already super efficient to begin with.
Well, it is nice and toasty in here.
New construction.
We're running a 12-4. I know 12-4 is an odd wire, but we're running this. This contains the switch leg for our secure power source supply and the power from the secure power supply. So we're gonna junction this outside this wall and then run 10 to the inverter, I think. And we got 2 6-3 circuits.
Seems like a lot for one secure power supply, but you gotta put one on a Honda generator on the other end of it.
It's well worth it. And we're gonna pop one of the inverters is gonna go in here, and that'll be a 30 amp breaker back feed there, tie in there, and then the other one's in the garage somewhere, I believe. And so we're going up in there. So on the other end will be 2 disconnects. And then Mr. Larry from Copperhead Electric, he found where we're going to run our secure power source in. So I guess this box is already cut in. We're flying here, folks. It's not even 10 o'clock. 2 hours this morning, we got all the circuits run. What do you think of that, boss? You happy?
Feels good.
Feels good.
He's never happy.
He's never happy? Okay. We got the concrete specialist, Thomas Concrete. We did put a non-corrosive additive, 1.5% NCA, to get these posts to set up so we can build this thing tonight or this afternoon. Okay, we went through 6 yards of concrete on 6 posts. They only do require 3/4 of a yard, so these babies aren't going anywhere. So, all right, we'll let that set up and we'll come back and build a shredder right after lunch. All right, it's after lunch. We got all our wires pulled. We got our place graded out.
Hey Siri, play Randy Travis. Oh, you trying to do YouTube?
I'm always trying.
Try to play Randy Travis.
They don't seem to have an app named.
I don't seem to have an app named Randy Travis. I like to grade it out nicely for a customer. This array is going to be a future array. Went ahead and put a pull box, and there'll be another inverter to the left of this one. For now, we're just building pretty much half the system, but all the infrastructure ready for the second array.
Who's Ray?
You are. Whoa.
Don't say anything,
Don't say anything.
or you get demonetized.
Now that's on there now. End of day 2. Erector set number 1 complete. So I guess I never got over erector sets and Lincoln logs. So the concrete was a little late, so I guess in one way that helped. We got all the wires pulled, everything's run out to the inverter. The inverter is obviously mounted, and there's going to be another one, another 5.0, sitting right here. So got the unistrut mounted to the solar array, so it's just really strong. Okay, I think we're in good shape. Open up solar window a little bit, and disconnects are on, and I'll show you all that other stuff tomorrow. But we've got 18 Mission solar panels sitting here. We'll go on here and that'll give him roughly 5 kilowatts of grid tied power. And then I'm going to come back here and try to figure out, he's got an old well house here, and he's got a convertible pump inside, and I'm going to come up with a hand pump, maybe submersible soft start, because eventually he was talking about taking the SMA and running it to a sunny island, and that way he can do a battery backup system in the future. So, all right, we'll finish this thing up by lunchtime tomorrow, and we'll be on to the next. Again, if you have any questions, if there's something that I didn't cover on these, let me know, and I would be glad to ask you. And again, we built this one for expansion. It was just easy to set the other posts. It'll be easy to come back and build the other array now that they're all set and ready to go. And when the customer's ready, we'll be back. See you tomorrow. Third day. Good morning, folks. Just getting ready to start putting some panels. No, we don't put them on upside down. We're just getting them staged. All right. Show us where's the switch? I want to see the
So there's the switch leg for the secure power supply. This is just basically a control wire. We ran 14 because all we had. But that's the switch leg, and then the actual power conductors are right here.
That, the first SMA board was different. They had a special little board I was looking at when you go to their tech site.
The 4.0, these are the dash 40s. You're talking about the TL-22s.
Yeah, but it still had SPS.
Inverter. Remember, it used to have the box right here?
Yep, and a little disconnect here.
Yeah, it was a classic. It really was.
This is
All
really
right,
safe.
just wanted to show you the inside.
You had some really safe.
You like that?
It's one of those safety flutes.
Get the tape. I need some new leads, boss.
Yeah, you do.